Welcome back to another episode of Talking Kicks with Mastro Mixes. I'm Mastro Mixes. I recently asked in a couple different videos for you guys to comment or send me messages, give me ideas of things that you would like to see me do a video about. And you guys have not disappointed whatsoever. I've got a slew of different ideas now, all of them from you. So, it's going to take a while to get through all of those ideas, but please keep them coming. There's been some great ideas. Some would be real short videos. Some are going to be really long videos, and I'll try to condense them as much as I can on those really long ones. But this is one of the videos that somebody asked me to do. They asked me to do a video with a bunch of fours in it, so I've gotten out almost all of my fours. I didn't get out any of the breads because I just did a video with 4 different pair of bread fours in it, comparing the difference in 4 different pairs of breads. So I didn't get the breads out. If you'd like to see that video, just look backwards a little bit. It's not a very old video. I did it like a week or 2 ago. But going into these, I don't even know where to start. So I'm just going to go down the row with some of them. And I'm actually going to start up here. Again, here's another pair of breads, and we're going to leave that one alone. The military 4, as you guys know, is my favorite all-time pair. I got 2 pair out. I have a 3rd pair. This is the golf pair. This is the 2012 pair. My 2006 pair is kind of beat up, so I'm not going to get it out. It's embarrassing. Really looking forward and anticipating the newer release with the Nike Air on the back. But that is the military blue 4. It is an OG colorway, dear to my heart. I'm trying to figure out why it's my favorite. One, I just really love the color blue. I love the blue that's in this. And it also matched my high school colors. And although this shoe originally came out in 1989, I graduated high school in 1988. God, that just made me look old to a bunch of you, didn't it? But I graduated high school in 1988. And although this is a 89 pair, in May of 88 during graduation, everybody already knew about this pair. I was hoping to have a pair to walk in graduation with, but they weren't released yet, but everybody knew about them. And back in my days, it was almost unheard of to walk in your tennis shoes anyway. And my parents would have never let me do that. I had to wear dress shoes. But I love it. It is the colors from my high school colors too. So just all the more reason. It's a beautiful shoe. Next one, right down the row here is the white cement 4. I know I got another pair. Yeah, sitting right here. I have 3 different white cement 4s. One of them is extremely different now. This one is the golf pair. This pair is the, what is it, 2016, 18 maybe? Should have brought reading glasses in here with me. I'm going to guess and say 2018, I think, is when this pair came out with the Nike Air on the back. My 2012 pair, I still have, but they look entirely different now. And those are actually sitting right here. This was my 2012 pair. And if you look at it really close now, it's no longer like a normal pair. That is all real python skin. There's leather on the inside, so the sock liner is not white anymore. It's black. And that is a real soft leather. To be honest, I'm not sure what kind of leather it is. Jeremy Layson from Layson Kicks down in Miami made this pair for me. This was the very first 4 he ever did. I'd almost like to send them back to him and see if he could redo them a little bit. He was nervous about doing a 4. He'd done thousands of 1s, and that was the only pairs that he ever did were 1s. Now he's done several. This was a couple of years ago. But this was the first 4 he ever did, and when I talked to him about it, he said he was nervous about it because of all the extra panels and everything on a 4. The stitching and everything, he did an amazing job on. The interior is perfect. The toe box is a little tall, and I'm sure that's just because it was the very first 4 that he'd ever done. I'd like to see if he would redo them for me at some point, but as much as it costs to have something like this made, I would hate to ask him to fix them for free with all the time that it takes, and I'm not going to ask him to do that, but I don't feel like repaying for it again either. But Jeremy Layson, if you watch this video, I gave you a shout out here. Maybe now that you've done a few more pairs of 4s, if you'd like to fix those, shorten that toe box up a little bit and make them so they match, it'd be awesomely appreciated. Because even though that pair is an 11.5, it kind of fits like a 12.5 for some reason now. But it is an amazing job, and it is all real python skin. Everything on it that he did, other than that taller toe box, is perfect, and I love that custom. That's the only custom 4 that I have, even though 4s are my absolute favorite silhouette. A lot of people hate on 4s because they say they're uncomfortable. To me, they're not. I could wear 4s all day long, and I don't feel the discomfort in it. Now, I will say when you're wearing shorts and you wear thin socks, that can dig into the back of your ankle a little bit on some of them. Some of them are a lot softer. Some of them are leather instead of plastic. There's a couple pair that are rubber. I just had one on the other day that was really like soft and rubbery. Where is that pair? I know I got it out. Yeah, this one. The Paris Force. It's real thin rubber on the back of that. But we'll get to that pair here in a little bit. We got through there. Another one of my favorite 4s is this metallic court purple. Again, with the K-State stuff. I know you guys are getting sick of hearing me say I'm a K-State fan, but I can't help it. And this purple is gorgeous. It's almost an all-white shoe with just hints of purple, so it's not overdone. It's the leather instead of the plastic. It's got the leather heel tab instead of the hard plastic. We've got a few pairs of 4s with the leather on the side instead of the hard plastic. All of the OGs were the plastic, but I do really like the leather on the side instead of the plastic. It gets dirtier faster. It's harder to keep clean, but they don't tear apart. They don't crack as easy. I like it. And the leather on the heel tabs instead of the hard plastic, still a lot easier to keep clean. They don't crack as easy and chip and fall apart. So I do really like those. Go down the line here some more. And the Toro 4. Some people call it Toro Bravo. This pair I actually got from my son years and years and years ago. And I've always loved this one. It's not an OG colorway, but it is an older pair. I'm trying to think of when this one was originally released. I want to say this was 2011 or 2012. So, I mean, this shoe's got some age on it now. It's at least 10 years old. Probably, well, it's at least 12 years old now. But it's still in decent shape. I need to clean it again. I clean these every once in a while. There's some amazing cleaning products out there nowadays for suede. Years ago, when I first got into collecting shoes, and my very first collection started out with all suede Pumas back in the, like 81, 82. It was so hard to keep suede clean back then. All we really had was the brush and eraser thing. And now we've got amazing cleaners out there. My favorite one isn't even one that's real big out there in the market. It's a custom-made cleaner from a guy goes by Blizz Lake. Blizz Lake Miles, I think is his name, or his name is Miles. But you can find him on Facebook looking for Blizz Lake or Blizz Cleaners. He has a website too. I should look it up and put it in the video here. But I have a bottle of his cleaner here. Blizz sneaker cleaner. I like the fact that he made it look like it was handwritten on here with a sticky note. The same way in the movie Space Jam, Michael Jordan did the secret sauce or whatever it was that cartoon characters drank so that they could play ball better. Made it look like that bottle, and I think that's kind of a cool marketing idea thing. But this is the best cleaner I've ever seen for my suede. Little shout out there for him. Down the row again, I just had these out in another video. Won't spend a whole lot of time on them. And these are the single days 4. I think it's a really slept on pair. I love this pair of shoes. Then we go into the the alternate Fire Red 5. I'm kind of torn on this one. I do like it. I like the colorway. I don't prefer it over the Fire Red. I think the Fire Red looks a lot better, and I'm glad they went with that one instead of the alternate. I do like the way this one was done, and it has alternate 89 on the back of the heel tab. The quality and the leather on these pairs wasn't the greatest. It's not the worst, but it's not the greatest. The pair that I have, and luckily I grabbed the right shoe. I only grabbed one shoe of each to pull them out here because I'm limited for space. But the toe box on one shoe is like more wrinkled up and almost like pre-creased on my pair anyway. And that's happened. It's definitely not the first pair that's ever happened to me on, but it did do it on this one. It is a clean looking shoe. I still like it. The Paris 4s, I just wore these the other day in a little video, which reminds me, somebody on TikTok stitched my video and did another one with him wearing the 7s and did the who wore them best type of thing. I'll throw that up on the screen, and go look for this other guy on TikTok too. The fact that he stitched my video, I'm going to give him a shout out, but always go and vote for me when he does that. Yeah. But I do really like the Paris. It's not a burgundy. It's not a purple. It's just a really good looking shoe. I like the logo on the back. Very similar in color blocking to a military, but it's not quite there. And the straps on this one are like rubber. They're not the hard plastic or the leather. Another one I really like. This one is a must-have in any sneakerhead collection, if you ask me. This one's still dead stock. I forgot it was still dead stock. I need to get this one out and get it worn. The leather on it's really soft. It was an amazing release of the Fire Red 4. One of my favorite 4s, and it's an OG colorway. I have the version before that, and this one, the other Fire Red 4, before we had the Nike Air on the back. It is a little bit darker red than this one. I actually think this one is truer to the OG, but I like the darker red better, I think. This one held up great for as many times as I've worn it. The one thing I really disliked about this pair, though, and we've had this happen on several pairs, but the midsole paint on this version, this year of release, cracked so bad and flaked off. It was just horrible. And we've had a few different pairs of 4s and some 3s that did that really bad. But still an OG colorway, still a great shoe. I will probably still wear this one again. Just depends on where I'm going. We'll go up here to the front row now. We've got the Motorsport and the alternate Motorsport. Now, this one I just had out in another video too. Classic colorway, not an OG, but there was another version of this that was just a sample that everybody had their hands on. A lot of people were mad when they did that one because the samples that they had decreased in value. For me, I don't buy them for their value anyway. I buy my shoes to wear them, display them, enjoy them. I rarely ever sell a pair. When I do, it's because somebody talked me out of it, and then I end up regretting it. That's happened to me quite a few times. The alternate, when it came out, I fell in love with this shoe the very first moment I seen it. Again, blue though. Blue is my favorite color. The black, I can get away with wearing at work easier because I get away with a dress code at work because it was part of a stipulation when they hired me that I wear Jordans. Everybody else wears dress shoes. I'm a manager at a car dealership, but they asked me to try to just wear black tennis shoes. I don't just wear black tennis shoes, but this one makes it easier to keep the owner satisfied. But I do really like it, regardless of where I can and can't wear it. The leather in it's held up good. It doesn't really feel like a great quality leather, but I've worn this at least 50, 60 times at least. And when I wear them to work, wear them all day long, and it's hardly got a crease in it. It's held up very nice. And on the black ones, for some reason, maybe it's just me, but I think the creases show up easier in the darker colors instead of the white. If I skip over one here and go to the Oreo, an even better quality leather, but you can see the creases in it more. Possibly because it's tumbled a lot more than that one is. Still a classic. I had another pair of these that was an older version of this one. They looked identical. I was real happy when these finally came out because my older pair had just completely crumbled. I left them dead stock way too long. Don't ever do that with your shoes. Wear your shoes, get them out. Yes, I have pairs that are still dead stock that are a few years old even, but I have a lot of shoes to get to wear them. But I have had pairs that I left dead stock for like 10 years and tried to get them out and wear them. And any of them with an exposed air bubble, when you let them wait that long, they're going to fall apart the first time you wear them. I was so disappointed I did that to that pair. The cool gray, just gorgeous looking shoe. It's the real thin nubuck, suede, whatever you want to call it. It's another one without the hard plastic. This is also the fabric, and it's suede on there too. It also has the leather on the back heel tab. Amazing looking shoe, easy to wear with about anything. I get anal about what I'm wearing with my shoes sometimes, and everything has to match perfect. Sometimes if I don't have shirts or something to match a pair, I make my own. I made this one to go with a pair that's not even a 4 that I just had out in another video, but these SpongeBob Kyrie 5s, it was hard to find something to wear with those, so I made my own, and it matches on the back too. That's all my own artwork. And then I took my artwork and put it onto the computer and then designed a shirt on Teesprings, put it on there and ordered it. And if you go to my Teesprings account, you can order one of these. I have them on there. If you just go to masteromixes.com, I think there's a link on there to my Teesprings account, and you can get some of these. We go to this one. A lot of people hated on this. I think this is a gorgeous shoe. Some people called it the fake Travis Scott. It not even resembles the Travis Scott, really. Not at all. The colors are a little bit different. The material is extremely different on this. We've got some suede, but the material around the toe cap, to be honest, I don't even know what that is. It's not the same that's on the 5s that I brushed out and turned to be better suede. That is not that same material. I'm not sure what it is. The tongue is even another material. I'm not sure what it is, but I like it. This is another pair I think people slept on. And then I have the poor man's M&M. This is not the M&M, not the Encore 4. This is the Winterized 4, the poor man's Encore 4. And this one is a different type of suede. It is suede, but they made it a little different. Maybe just treated it with something. I'm not for sure. It almost feels like paper. I'm not sure. But whatever they do to it, they do it because they winterized it. The netting on it is different. It's like a piece of solid rubber with holes in it instead of the actual netting that goes over. But it's like waterproof too. I've worn this just to test it out. Put them out in the snow and stuff, wear them shoveling snow. They actually work really well for it. And they don't stain up. They don't ruin the shoe. The winterized versions are actually really good in the winter. The tongue is different. It's like a hard rubber around it, but I guess it helps keep you warm too. I will say, if you don't have a pair of these and you plan to get a pair, go up a half size. There's some extra padding in it, and it seems to be like a half size smaller. Maybe that's because I put force fields in it, and maybe a whole half size maybe it's a quarter size. I don't know, but I wished I would have went up a half size on mine. The next pair I'm going to pull out is another one that I think people slept on, and I was wondering why nobody ever talked about the quality in these. The suede on the Royalty 4 is completely different than the suede on any other 4 we have. It's a little thicker, a little more taller, nappier suede, but it's really good suede. It reminds me a lot of the old suede Pumas that I used to collect back before Jordans even existed. It's a taller, thicker suede. It's really super soft. It's not creasing up at all. I have worn this one, probably 10 times maybe, but it's a comfortable shoe to wear. I really like the Royalty 4. I like the black and gold in it. A lot of people hated on that shoe when it first came out. I'm going to skip this one and grab this one here first. This is a Laser 4. I don't have what I would say would be my favorite Laser 4. I don't have, and they did a fire red Laser 4 back in, I want to say like 2006, I think it was. I don't remember the year for sure. And I don't have that pair. I wish I did. This Laser 4, I really like. It's easy to wear with a bunch of stuff. Works great with khakis too because of the gum bottom. I don't think I can think of another 4 with a gum bottom. I think this is the only one. Maybe I'm wrong. It does have the laser pattern in it, black on black, so it's real subtle. I really like this pair. I wear this pair a lot. There is another Laser that I just seen an interview from SneakerCon that they were asking. They went around and asked people, what do you think was the worst shoe ever? And 90% of the people asked all said Panda Dunks. And I don't believe Panda Dunks is the worst shoe ever. I think it's the most mass-produced dunk ever, but I don't think it's the worst shoe ever by any means. I can think of a lot of shoes way worse than any dunk. But one person they asked said, this Laser 4. This is actually one of my favorite of my 4s. It's not the favorite, but it is way up there. It's very different from all the rest of them. The whole panels and everything on this are not stitched together in all the different places. The toe box and the toe cap are somehow like molded. They're not stitched like the rest of them are. And when this pair released, we all noticed when we were getting our shoes, and they did the same thing with ones this same year, and they did a one in the same colors, another Laser one, that they were different than any of the other Lasers we've had. There's no two pairs of shoes alike. The Laser pattern, even though using the same pattern, spread out, placed on them differently, they moved them all around. And And almost everybody's shoes, left pair and right pair, don't even match each other. The way the patterns are on them, they're completely different. And I said I wasn't going to get left and right pairs out, or left and right shoes. I'm actually going to grab the right shoe on that one. Now this, when these first released, and a lot of people got together and compared their shoes to see who had the best looking pattern in theirs. And that's when we realized nobody's shoes even matched left and right. I have the only pair that I have yet to see. So if you have a pair of these Laser 4s, please get them out, look at them, and if you look at the patterns there and there, and spin it to this side, and even on the back, and even on the toe boxes, my pair actually matches left and right pair. So that to me made me really like this pair even more, because even like if you look right there, there's the, I think it's supposed to be 23, but it's in the exact same place on both shoes. And another thing everybody looked for when this pair came out was the hidden Michael Jordan's face. And everybody thought their shoe was worth more if it had Michael Jordan's face in it. Well, both pairs are the same. They match. And right in my toe box, if you look, I'll turn it this way, but there's Michael Jordan's face right there, right on the top of the toe box on both of my shoes. When these first came out and everybody was comparing their pairs, I actually had somebody offer me way more money than these things are worth. And I don't know. Sometimes I kick myself for not selling them and just buying another pair of Laser 4s. Because right now, that pair, worn and in that condition, is probably only worth about $200 to $250. And somebody offered me $30,000 for that pair when they first released. And I thought for sure that eventually they'd even go up higher. So I didn't sell them. Now they're worth about $250. And I'm still not all that disappointed that I didn't sell them, because I do really like the shoe. And could I use an extra $30,000? Hell yeah, who couldn't? But am I hurting for it? No. Would I miss the shoe if I sold it? Yup. We'll go to the next one. This is another one I think was really slept on, the Teal 4. It does crease up a little bit. Not horribly bad. It's a very different color. And you got the darker teal and the lighter teal in it. Teal in the back of the sock liner, black on the inside. It is the plastic. It is the hard plastic on the back. Green on the bottom to match with the teal. I went out and had to find a shirt just to wear with these. I had to find a teal colored shirt. Now I have a long sleeve t-shirt that matches it, and I have a Nike polo that matches it. But I like the shoe. Not up there in my top 10 for or anything, but I do really like it. And then the Colombia 4. This one is in my top 10 of all 4s. It's another one with the leather on the heel tab. This one came with round laces in it. All the other 4s have flat laces in them. These round laces are the laces that came with it. That's a little different. They're real similar build anyway to the Oreo, which also has round laces in it. And they did come out around the same time. The Colombia 4 is just a gorgeous shoe. Similar to the Midnight Navy in colors that came out. I don't have the Midnight Navy 4. I want it. I don't have it yet. I will get it. I just haven't found a good deal on a pair in my size yet. And I'm not paying $400 for a shoe that was half that on release day. I'm not going to let somebody double their money on me. I have enough shoes that I don't need to do that. The UNC 4, I wish it was a true UNC. There's a pair out there, and I know a guy that owns Arlamar clothing. You'll hear me talk about sometimes. He has the actual UNC 4s with that diamond pattern on the bottom, but he has an entire UNC collection of shoes. I don't know how he gets them, but it's an impressive look at a collection if you ever get a chance to see his. This extra piece on the tongue, I know some of you guys have ripped that off of there. I haven't yet. Just have this thing about cutting things off of my shoes. And I don't know that I'm ever going to cut it off. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I love the colorway. It's real similar to another 4 that I have in colorway, but it's actually, in my opinion, better quality. I'll get that Travis Scott out here in a minute, but I think this is better quality than the Travis Scott was. I think it's better put together. I like the cement look on it. It's a great shoe. This one here is one that surprises me. Mine's still dead stock. This is the Black Cat 4. It is a great shoe. It's a real thin suede, but it's a real soft suede. It's like if you ask me, they should have called it triple black. It's got like different shades of black in it. All of it's super, super dark black. Jumpman's even like black and gray, I guess. They called it black and black, but gorgeous looking shoe. And it's one of the very few all black, black on the sole, black on the midsole, everything that we've ever had, especially with a 4. Why I haven't worn this one yet, honestly, I don't know. But watching the prices with people paying what they're paying for these now, as much as I like this shoe, I don't get it. I got lucky and I got this on release day, so I paid like $210 for it. And I can't believe some of you guys are paying like $800-900 for a pair of these now. That, to me, that's just insane. I'm not going to sell my pair, but if I were to sell it, I would not charge anybody no $800 or $900 for a pair that I paid $210 for. I don't get it. But this is not what I do for a living. This is what I do for a hobby. It's my passion. I don't do it for the money. But it still baffles me that why did this pair skyrocket so much? Another almost all black pair, but it's got some white on the midsole. And this is the patent leather one. They called this an 11 Lab 4. They did a red pair of these too. I don't have the red pair. I do have the black pair. I've worn this as dress shoes a couple times. I don't know. It's a little bit less comfortable than the regular 4 because there's a little less give in it. The heel tab it's in even like harder plastic than the rest of them are. And the shoe doesn't flex as much or whatever. The whole inside of it is leather. We've had other shoes that released with all leather on the inside. Some of not all of them, but some of the 3 Lab 5s were leather on the inside. This one's an 11 Lab 4. I know the Gamma 3 Lab 5 and the Infrared 3 Lab 5 are leather on the inside, but the gray pair, not the Gamma, but the other gray pair, that one's not leather on the inside. So I don't know what the differentiating factor was on that, of what decided to put leather on the inside or not. I have a couple pairs of 3s that are all leather on the inside too. I have one pair of Air Force 1s that's all leather on the inside. 2 pair of Air Force 1s. I'm looking at them right now. They're behind the camera on that wall. I have an all patent leather black Air Force 1, and it's leather on the inside. And then the Rosie Dry Goods, I can see them from here, are leather on the inside. But this is not Air Force 1 day. This is Jordan 4 day. I already talked about this one. This one, the Red Cement 4, this one, of all the non-OG colorways for a 4, this one's way up there. Not my favorite non-OG 4, but man, it's way up there. It's a real close number 2, I think. It's just a beautiful colorway. It's so close with the Fire Red 4 that if the Fire Red 4 was not an OG, I think I would prefer this one over it, the way they put the colors together. But I still choose the Fire Red 4 over this because it's an OG colorway. My number 2 4. Military Blue is my number 1. This is my number 2. It's an OG colorway. Jordan wore this one. Gorgeous. You could wear it with anything. Just that classic black, white, and gray. It's just hard to beat a white cement 4. Then there's this one, and I hope they re-release these someday. Mine are still wearable. I don't know for how much longer, because these are getting really old now. I think this was, I want to say 2005, I think, is when the Tour 4 was released. By some stroke of luck, mine are still wearable, probably because I've actually worn them. They're a very different 4. They have the suede leather, the all leather on the heel tab. The Jumpman on the back is not the plastic, it's the like rubber stitched around because it's got the leather heel tab. I have a lace lock on mine that was given to me from a friend. It's a hand grenade. But one of the big things about this pair, when it first came out, we wore them different. Because that comes off. It's Velcro. And underneath it, it says Jordan Rare Air. And I don't remember how many pairs of these were released. It was low numbers. But a lot of us, just to show off, would put the tongue tag on it like that and wear it. I did that several times. Once you put it on there, it doesn't come off real easy. So you're not going to lose it. It's not going to fall off. I'll stick it back on here upside down. How's that? I don't know why they did that, but I'm glad they did. Just something different. It stands out. I like it. I've always liked this pair. Just a hint of Tour yellow in it. Mostly black and white shoe. Great shoe. There's some like cement pattern and black on top of the yellow in the midsole. This has never been repainted, never been restored. Still holding up great. You can see a lot of star lossage on the toe. I've worn this one many, many, many times. And I still love wearing this pair. Another pair we got not too long ago for the second time these released. And I used to have the yellow pair with the black. So I had the Thunder and Lightnings together. I let somebody talk me out of the other pair. I still have the Lightning. I don't have the Thunder. I should get it back again because I miss it. I had it with an older version of it. I had it with the most recent version of it. But let myself get talked out of both of those pairs. And I know one of you still watches my videos. So Dylan Sears, I think you're the one that has one of my Thunder 4s. Give it back. I miss it. I want it back. I'm pretty sure you're the one that has that pair. And you're local here to me, right here in town. Bring it back. I am glad to have this one. They released them in a lot bigger numbers this last time than they did the first time. First time this pair was released, it was actually on the list of 23 rarest pairs of Jordans ever released. And that's why I didn't have it originally. But one of the differences that people have talked about in 4s as of late, and I'm going to get like 2 pair out here and hold them side by side so we can see. The breads would have been a great example to get out, but the lacing has like changed directions. It used to angle up more. Now it's almost like straight across. This pair is kind of in between, but one of the big things, and it started with 3s, now they're doing it with 4s, that I want to get your guys' opinions on which way you like it better, because they've all changed. All of the newer ones we're getting. If you look at the top of the tongue, from this angle, you don't see the gray on the back until you flip it around. Then you can see the gray on the back. Older pairs and all of our older releases, you see like the military blue. You can see the blue from the back of the tongue coming up over the leather. 3s and 4s have both switched now, and all of our newer pairs have the white part of the tongue taller on the front and the sock liner part of the tongue hidden from the front. I kind of like it better when you can see it, because it just gives it that extra pop and that hint of color coming over. But let me know what you guys think. I have another metallic out here. This is one of the last ones we got that the color comes over the front. Purple one does the same thing too. Unfortunately, all of the metallics had like a wrinkled up tongue on the top. I don't know why, but that's something we've been getting a lot of with all of our Jordans here lately. The metallics all are really nice leather. Again, just gorgeous looking. I thought I had my Pure Money out here too, and I don't see it. The Pure Money is real similar to the metallics, but it's like an all white. You flip the tongue down and it says Pure Money on there. I do have 2 more right here I said I would talk about. The Travis Scott. This pair, although extremely good looking, I like it. I could care less that it was a Travis Scott. I liked it for the colorway. Do I like Travis Scott as a rapper or whatever? Yeah, I don't dislike Travis Scott. He's not up there in my top 10 or anything, but I do like Travis Scott. I don't understand his whole influence with the shoe thing. I figured that should be for athletes. Kanye and his shoes, big deal. I have 1 pair of Yeezys at the time right now. The ugliest damn shoe ever made, Yeezy 350. Everybody else says it's the most comfortable. It's up there, but it's not the most comfortable shoe. The ugliest shit. These are way better looking than the Yeezys. I think Travis Scott's a great person. Don't have anything bad to say about him. I just don't understand what the shoes have to do with him. As much as I don't like LeBron, at least he does something in shoes, and he should have a shoe deal. But these gorgeous looking shoe, I like this one better. They're very similar in colors. Maybe, I don't know, for 4th of July, maybe it's red, white, and blue. I have nothing bad to say about this shoe. I just don't understand all the hype and the Travis Scott. Maybe I'm too old for that shit. I don't know. I got the shoe because I liked it, not because it's a Travis Scott. There is another Travis Scott that I would love to have, but I'm not paying that kind of money for it, and that's the purple one. And I want it because it's a purple 4, not because it's a Travis Scott. Just to give you an example, the Travis Scott Air Force 1s and the Travis Scott 6s. I hit on both of those on the sneakers app on release days. Both of them, I let go for retail. Just wasn't that big into those shoes. One that I do really like, another collab, is the Levi's 4. I want the white pair so bad. I have yet to even find a white pair in my size. I would take an 11.5 or a 12 if you have one. Please let me know. I want the white pair so bad. I love this pair. I've worn this pair a lot. I would wear the white pair just as much. I've seen people distress them on purpose. Mine's starting to distress a little bit there because I wear it quite a bit. It is over here too. I'm going to let them distress naturally. Not going to go in with the Dremel tool or the sandpaper and do it intentionally to start with. I love wearing this pair with some black jeans. I just think it's an amazing idea. I love the shoe. I like the color. I wear Levi's, so I like it. I would love to have the blue, the white, and the black pair. I know there's different versions of this. Some of them don't have the red Levi's tag on it. Some of them do. The first time I seen a pair without the red tag on it, I thought it was fake. And then I looked it up and realized that they released it both ways. I don't know what the difference is between the two, other than the red tag missing. Shoes look identical. So if you know if one pair is more rare than the other, I have no idea. I don't know why some of them don't have the red Levi's tag on it. Mine only have it on one shoe, not both. I've seen pairs that have it on both shoes. I've seen pairs that didn't have it at all. So I don't know why that is. If you do, let me know. I do have it on the back too. I think everybody has them on the back. I don't know. There's the majority of my fours. Like I said, I didn't get the breads out. I had 4 different pairs of bread 4s out in a video just a couple days ago. I've got a couple pairs that are just really beat to hell, even worse than my tours. I'm not going to get those out. They're a little embarrassing. I've got some other pairs that are double ups of some of these. I have a double up of these. I have a double up of these. Where's my purple one? Oh, there it is. I have a double up of that one. I had a double up of the Paris, and I let somebody talk me out of the other pair, so I don't anymore. Same way with the Fire Red, the newer Fire Red. I had a double of that. I let the other pair go for retail because a buddy of mine that wears the same size ended up not hitting on release day. So because I hit on 2 pairs, I let him have the other pair for retail. He does the same thing for me sometimes. You know who you are. You've asked me not to put your name on the videos, so I won't. But you and I do that every other weekend, looking out for each other. You know who you are, and I thank you. I know you watch my videos. But those are my 4s. I'm going to do another one of these with 3s. I'll do another one with 5s. Those are 3 of my top silhouettes that I really like the most. Might do another one with a 12 and 13. Maybe the 11s too. Man, it's hard to pick a silhouette that I don't like that much other than the 2. And I've only got 4 pair of 2s. Somebody asked me if I have LeBrons, that I should do one with some LeBrons. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but I do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pair of LeBrons. I might pull those 8 pair out and do a video on LeBrons, but I'm going to tell you ahead of time, the only LeBron that I've ever liked was the LeBron 11, and all 8 pairs that I have are all different colorways of the LeBron 11. Sorry. Jordan's the GOAT. I'm Mastro Mixes. Thanks for watching. Send me some more ideas. Like, follow, subscribe, and tell your friends.